At what point does doing good become perceived as evil? And is it actual evil that is being done, or is it our perception that if somebody is doing that much good, they must be evil? Or is it our perception that anyone who does evil will always wrap it in the cloak of goodness? Or will always believe that they are doing good in the world? So the people who are anti-vaxxers see what Bill Gates is doing in creating vaccines as evil because they think vaccines are evil. But the people in Africa who are receiving them, whose children have lived when maybe they would not have, aren't perceiving that act as evil. It is a duality that is inherent in the very act of doing good. And if we take it on a different level to the movie The Avengers, Thanos truly believed that he was doing good. He believed that he was doing good by cutting the population in half of the world. And the fact that he could do it in an instant, he felt it was reasonable losses to get to that point where he could erase half the population so that the rest of the population didn't live in pain, in lack, in not enough food, not enough space, not enough resources, right? He felt that he was helping. Now, we look at that and think, but that's evil because he killed so many people. Okay, maybe his methods were not great, but let's have empathy for a moment for where he's coming from. And I know that this is an imaginary thing, but let's imagine that we're having empathy for Thanos. He grew up in an extreme state of lack. There was never enough food. People were always fighting with each other. There was always war. There was always conflict over things, over the simple things, just sustenance in life. And this is what he grew up with. And so to him, he was on a do-gooder journey, mission, quest. And his way of solving that problem of environment, of not enough of this, of too much of this, of conflict, was to cut the universe's population in half. And to him, he felt like he was saving lives by erasing half the universe because people wouldn't have to kill each other anymore, and that it was an acceptable loss. And he believed that with all of his heart. He truly felt like he had done the right thing. But those perceiving his actions saw him as evil. Those perceiving what he had done saw him as evil. Now, those 5 years that people were gone from the universe, we only saw the reaction on Earth. And we only saw the emotional issues that people on Earth had. But on other planets, was it different? Was there a peace? Because he speaks of the worlds, and Gamora and Nebula spoke of the worlds that he raised through killing half the population. And he cited the peace that was left on that planet when he left. And the fact that there was enough resources for all. And the fact that there was enough food for everyone and that there was no more war on those planets. And it wasn't because he left behind his forces to maintain. He wasn't conquering so much as shifting an entire planet to a new perspective. And yet, he was portrayed as evil in one way. And the Avengers certainly saw him as evil because you took our friends. It's something to think about. Was he evil because we saw what he did? Because our perception of it was evil? Are there planets where he is the great liberator? When that guy, that weird looking guy would come in all like, you are so lucky to be freed by Thanos, the great liberator, or whatever his little speech was, don't come after me. You know, that person, that his crew truly believed that he was liberating them through what he was doing. And are there planets where he did leave behind a legacy of peace? So all of this the way that we are reacting to what's coming in, we each have to be responsible for. And we have to look at our own perception of these facts as they come in. Do they feed into the fear that we have about what's going on? Do they feed into our bias against people who have a lot of money? I have a bias against people who have a lot of money and don't do good. I look at what Bill and Melinda Gates have done with their foundation, and I have always thought, that's amazing. Look at how many lives they've saved. Look at how many lives they continue to save. Look at the ongoing research that they're constantly doing, right? I always look at that as an amazing thing. And yet here's an entire group of people who take the exact same video that I would watch and think, wow, what an amazing legacy they're leaving behind. Look at all the lives they've saved. They are looking at that as he is evil, he is the devil, and he must be stopped. Same exact information.